Yeah, in all my time that I've been here, I think spring ball was the best spring ball we've ever had here as a team, just cohesively from the physicality, from as soon as we got our 2 feet on the ground running the first day and just helmets. I just felt like there's something different. There's a new form of energy, and that we just feel really hungry to get back on the field because we can't have what happened last year happen to us again. And I feel like we're feeding off that for sure.
All right, we're going to open the floor for some questions here with the media, and we're going to begin with Brent Axe.
Josh, kind of going off of that, what you said there, what's the biggest lesson you take away from last year that can't repeat itself this year? I guess other than injuries, because that was a big factor last year.
Right. So, I mean, yeah, that's just a game of football. Injuries are going to happen, but you have to know how to respond to certain situations. I feel like when our back was against the wall, we folded sometimes, and just learning from our mistakes. And yeah, not having a spring ball last year definitely put us in a tough situation, but we can't blame everything on that. A lot of that's on us for sure, but having a spring ball this year helped out to figure out all those little kinks and stuff too.
Next question, we're going to go to Stephen Bailey.
Hey, Josh. I wanted to ask kind of how you thought the spring allowed the defense as a whole to, I guess, advance with the 3-3-5. Like, how much of it is just increased familiarity and being able to play instinctively, and how much of it is like installing and adding on to and expanding the version of the 3-3-5 you guys ran last year?
Right. So last year it was very simplified just because we didn't have that much time to prepare for it. And last year was more of a look at, oh, we know what to do, but now we know how to do it and why we do it also. So there's certain movements with the defensive line. We know when the linebackers are going to be blitzing, what's the situation, the down and distances, all that stuff, we all take into account on what the defensive calls are. And I feel like as a defense, we're understanding the defense. We're just not just doing our assignment, but we know everybody else's, and we know why we're doing these certain things too.
Next question, we're going to go to John Johnson.
Hey, Josh, good to see you again. You mentioned in your opening statement that there's this newfound energy this spring, the best energy you've seen. Where do you think that's coming from? Is it from, guys not wanting to repeat what happened last year? Is it fresh faces, guys trying to impress because there is competition level? Where do you think that's come from this spring?
Right. So I think there's a number of things that kind of stand out for that question. First one would definitely just being 1-10. A lot of the guys on the team haven't lost that bad ever. Me, myself personally, even throughout my boys and girls club days, playing football, middle school, all that, I've never had a 1-10 season. And so I know for a lot of the older guys, especially, that just doesn't sit right. And then another thing would be the competition. Everybody's spot is up for grabs. That's the beautiful thing about football, and that what makes everybody better on the team too. So it's definitely nice to have other people pushing you, and we're just all working toward that common goal as well.
Thanks, Josh.
Time for a couple more questions for you today. We're going to go to Dan Tortora.
Josh, just what you can say about, hindsight 2020, making that decision to come back, and how much did the struggles of last season play into your desire to kind of set the record straight, so to speak?
Right. So having an extra year of eligibility was definitely a blessing. And, I'm just so appreciative that everybody here at the football staff just giving me another opportunity to come back, and I wouldn't change that for the world. And yeah, just having another opportunity. I personally wasn't where I wanted to be before I left Syracuse, and I feel like it's just my duty to lead. I feel like it's really my duty just to figure things out before I get out of here. I can't leave the ship if it's sinking. I need to help patch it up, and we got to keep sailing.
Great. The last question we have for you today is from Nate Mink.
Hey, Josh, you've been here more than a few years. You've been here in good times. You've been here in good times. You've been here in not so good times. What have you seen just out on the field this spring? Particularly in the scrimmage sessions, running the ball, stopping the run. Like, why is this year going to be different at scrimmage for you guys?
There's no hesitation. We're relentless this year. It's unreal to see. You put on the films like, wow, these guys are night and day from last year. So just looking back at the Notre Dame game film, the steps that we took from just that game alone to the spring right now, it's unbelievable. It's like, wow, these guys are next level. Like, we're playing hard, we're playing fast, we're playing without thinking, and I feel like that's one of the key contributions is that relentlessness. Like, we're running to the ball, we're hitting. We're not shy of anything right now, and I feel like that's really what took it up another notch.